On a day heavy with grey clouds and intermittent rain, the 48th encounter between the Oxford and Cambridge women's crews was the highlight of the Henley boat races. Despite the weather, the racing was as always very well supported, and the crowds came in all colours, shapes and sizes. On the start, Oxford were on the left and Cambridge on the right. The race is over 2,000 metres, and the umpire, Fred Smallbone. Both crews have got off sharply. Oxford a little bit quicker. Cambridge were a little bit untidy in the first 3 strokes, and Oxford have a small lead. Cambridge are the firm favourites for this race. They have 6 rowers who've taken part in it previously and are much the bigger and stronger crew. There is the stroke, Emma Mawdsley, and the cox, Richard Marsh. Looking over at Oxford, stroked by Phoebe White, their president, twice an under-23 international. And already, after the first minute, Cambridge are beginning to pull out. Longer, stronger, harder stroke, looking very settled. Cambridge and Oxford together have produced nearly a third of the British Olympic women's rowing team for the Barcelona Games. They are the Cinderella sport in that they have none of the financial resources of the men, but they train as hard, and the women's sport is developing very well at the universities. Coming into the picture on the right is Pippa Graham, the Cambridge president from Durham University. This is the crew that is hoping to represent Great Britain in the Student Games in Buffalo in the United States later in the summer. And as they approach the halfway, we can hear the umpire. The umpire is warning Cambridge for pressing over towards Oxford. Oxford faces show some desperation. Cambridge are pulling away now. They've got more than a length. Really, they look most untroubled. And this looks like being a splendid victory for the Cambridge stroke, Emma Mawdsley, who badly injured her knee in a car accident before the National Championships 2 years ago. And as they're pushing away towards the line now, with only about a minute left in the race, the verdict really doesn't look in any question. Oxford are struggling, some distance, perhaps 3 lengths behind, having difficulty covering those big blades, these new cleaver blades which both crews are using. And coming towards the line, they receive the last words of encouragement from the cox for an emphatic victory, one perhaps which was never really in question. And Oxford struggle on bravely, but cross the line about 4.5 lengths behind. After the race, it was hugs and kisses all round, but in the tradition of boat racing, the cox ended the day a lot wetter than he began. It was a sweet and comprehensive victory, and one which might provide inspiration for the Cambridge men on the Tideway at Putney.